Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to the 20 AsiaTEFL 68 TEFLIN and 5th iNELTAL Hybrid International Conference 2022. Me, Nur Aiza Zulkifli, will explain about my article under the title Designing of Assessment Model Based Dialogic Electronic for Teacher Feedback Improvement. This study established based on two theoretically and practically level. Theoretically, this study developed based on the statement or the concept where the student learning and student satisfaction are affected by assessment and feedback. This is two crucial elements of student experience. And of course, to support the student learning, feedback must be understood as ongoing dialogue within assessment and process. To do this, so dialogue should be modified to the dialogic. So what is the difference between monologic and dialogic? So monologic is uttered as authoritative and dialogic is uttered as internally persuasive, where the meaning is negotiable. So dialogic in a writing assessment allow the teacher or the lecturer to observe the fluid dynamic nature of writing ability to close while also supporting skill development. So in this study, a framework of dialogic and writing pedagogy is dialogic feedback. So in this study, I as a researcher try to integrate it between the concept of dialogic developed by Bakhtin and with the writing assessment and technology-based assessment. However, practically, the study led by the observation practice that was carried out in several universities in Indonesia in English language study program to see academic writing assessment activity. So what I found in this observation, it found that dialogic feedback between teacher and student was a component that was frequently displayed in the assessment. And the second one is dialogic feedback in writing assessment using technique is a domain issue in higher education. The last one to date that a little research has been undertaken locally to understand what integration of dialogic feedback and assessment to higher education students in teaching English in AFL classroom. Using research and development study or using research and development approach developed by Plum, the study developed assessment model where in this case I just explore the second stage from the Plum, that is designing and development phase. Using the or selected class was held in the 5th semester with 100 students as a participant, and using field note interview I developed the study where I analyzed based on the assessment challenge and selected feedback issue. I will develop the assessment model by finding the suitability of model with a curriculum in the teaching process, integrated with the feedback as dialogue and technology ancient dialogue. So what is the findings? The finding from the state-of-art theory from the existing designing principle and technological innovation, I designed the assessment model that I call DIAWA, Dialogic Electronic Based Academic Writing Assessment Model. So what is this model? This model is blended assessment. So you can use this model online and on-site. Actually, this model is feedback model for learning to assess student writing with teacher feedback orientation and set of assessment procedure integrated with an electronic dialogue and auto scoring. In this model, have syntax, technology and instrument, procedure and mechanism, implementation and supporting system. What syntax is it? First one is talk and interaction. The second one is the writing task and feedback, and the last one is technology enhanced dialogue. In this model, the teacher or the lecturer can use a writing task as a technique and rubric as an instrument. So to implement this model, the procedure used by the teacher is first one is the teacher or lecturers enable students to develop the writing skill. And after that, develop student assessment literacy through discussions, rubric or assessment criteria. And there is a response from the student. Because there's an interaction between the teacher and the student, so there's a task given by the teacher, and the student can use the laptop or writing the writing task in the laptop, and there's a feedback from the teacher based on the student task, and there's a feedback from the student, and there's integration between the dialogue, assessment, and feedback in this procedure, supported by the devices or platform designed by me in the study. The platform I call OCR, Academic Writing Checker. So there is assessment implementation. So what is the difference between procedures and the implementation? In the implementation, there's a rules between teacher and student. The teacher knows about when student learn, what topics are students studied, how long an item is reviewed, and how many times a particular thing is restudied. This is the rules of the teacher. How about the student? The student actually as assessor here. Assessor to develop an awareness of making adjustments about the quality. And there's interactions. An active learner engage in this assessment. And the last one, of course, the study use the supporting system like a laptop or PC or smartphone, and of course using the internet, because the study can be conducted online and on-site the assessment. Actually, there are many questions addressed to me relate to how I develop these models. Time is yours. I will answer your question at 5th to 7 August 2022 in this conference. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.